Hi, I'm Siraj Hassan, and I'd like to welcome you to this year's virtual annual Lotus and Water Lily Festival. I'm the Advisory Neighborhood Commissioner of 7D02, representing Lotus Square, Mayfair, and here in my home neighborhood of Eastland Gardens. I'm excited to share our corner of Washington, D.C. here in Ward 7 and kick off this year's festival. I've been here in the neighborhood for about 13 years. My grandparents actually built their home in the 1940s. I can remember several fond memories of enjoying the park here in the Aquatic Gardens, walking with my grandfather, as well as now riding bicycles and bringing my own children through the neighborhood. Having a national park here in our backyard is one of the things that makes this community and Ward 7 a special place to live. Come on, let's head over to the park and you can see it for yourself. We're now standing in front of one of the concrete display ponds in the park. These beautiful plants behind me are Asian lotus. The theme of this year's Lotus and Water Lily Festival is Lotus Rising, the power of plants and people. As park neighbors, I am lucky to witness this growth and rebirth all year round. Of course, it's awesome to visit this place when everything is in bloom during the festival, but much like our communities, the park is a special place because of the year-round work, as well as the folks in the park that dedicate themselves to make this park a beautiful place. We hope you will continue to explore the Kenilworth Aquatic Gardens throughout the entire year. To help me welcome you to the park for this year's festival, I'd like to introduce you to the Superintendent of Kenilworth Aquatic Gardens, Tara Morrison.
Welcome to the 2021 Lotus and Water Lily Festival. On the heels of the COVID-19 pandemic, we're doing something a little bit different with the festival this year. Starting today, instead of a weekend of festivities, we'll be doing a combination of both virtual and smaller in-person programs spaced throughout July to celebrate this year's blooms. We're also extending park hours every Friday until 8 p.m. to give people additional time to come visit. A complete listing of festival programs can be found on the festival landing page. The theme of this year's festival is Lotus Rising, the power of plants and people. Lotuses and lilies have been symbolic in many cultures throughout history. Their rhizomes lie dormant in the mud over the fall and winter, and in the spring, the leaves begin pushing up from the muck and emerging from the surface of the water. They are followed in the summer by spectacular blooms. That cycle of something beautiful rising out of something murky has been aspirational for many cultures across history, and it's also an apt metaphor for what we've been going through over the last 18 months. During the pandemic, many of us had unexpected downtime as we hunkered down at home, which prompted many to be more creative, learn new skills, read more books, or like me, plant a garden for the first time. And I suspect that many of us are emerging more appreciative of simple things we may have taken for granted, like hugging people we care about, hearing live music, or the wonders of nature. We also know there have been challenges and loss. As we come out of the last year of both COVID and our nation facing its history and continuing inequities, we look to places like Kenilworth Aquatic Gardens for healing and healthy experiences in nature. The Water Lily and Lotus Festival is also a vibrant reminder of the power of culture and community. Join us for this celebration of the diverse people and cultures that make up DC, and come learn about the beauty of our community's aquatic gardens. Thanks for joining us for this online opening ceremony, and I hope you can come out for a visit to Kenilworth Aquatic Gardens this July to take a walk with a friend and enjoy the beautiful flowers and programs being featured this month online.
There is nothing more powerful than a friend who always has your back. The park is fortunate to have an active friends group that advocates for the park and community, raises money for programs and projects, and brings volunteers in to assist in the ongoing maintenance. It is my pleasure to introduce you to the Executive Director of the Friends of Kenilworth Aquatic Gardens, Tina O'Connell.
We're happy to welcome you to one of the biggest events of the year, the annual Lotus and Water Lily Festival here at the beautiful Kenilworth Aquatic Gardens. I am Tina O'Connell, Executive Director of Friends of Kenilworth Aquatic Gardens. For 14 years and counting, we have partnered with our friends at the National Park Service to help care for and celebrate Kenilworth Aquatic Gardens and to ensure visitors like you can enjoy the nation's only national park site devoted to the cultivation and display of aquatic plants. And it's right here in wonderful Ward 7 of Washington, D.C. This time of year at the gardens is magical. The blooming of the lotus flowers and the water lilies are a special time of renewal, beauty, and hope. Hope especially has become a theme over the last year. As Superintendent Morrison said, this year's festival theme is Lotus Rising, the power of plants and people. The Friends of Kenilworth Aquatic Gardens has been connecting people to the gardens for 14 years in an effort to support this national park site. We raise awareness around this national and local gem, providing camps for neighborhood children and enlisting volunteers to literally delve deep into the small ponds with waders on and venture throughout the gardens to keep the park healthy and beautiful. One of our newest projects is to offer updated signage to help welcome visitors like you to the Kenilworth Aquatic Gardens.
Now it's time for some music. The East of the River Steel Band was founded in 1993 by Dr. Gladys Whitworth Bray to bring this unique cultural and musical experience to youth living east of the Anacostia River. Over the years, the program has provided music training and arts and cultural education to hundreds of children and youth through its Steel Pan and youth development programs. We know you're going to enjoy this. Give it up for the East of the River Steel Band. hope you enjoyed the amazing performance from the East of the River Steel Band. Thanks for joining us for the opening of the 2021 Lotus and Water Lily Festival. This is just the beginning of a month of great programming. So we hope you'll check out some of our other programs like meditative yoga, a virtual painting and iPhone photography session, ranger talks, and a Lotus Tea program. All of this will be available to you online. We will also have a few programs in the park, such as scavenger hunts, a bike ride with the Washington Area Bicycle Association, paddling with the Anacostia Watershed Society, and craft activities. The park is staying open until 8 p.m. on Friday evenings in July to give everyone more hours to visit. Bring a picnic, take an evening stroll. Sounds like a great date night in the park. Visit the Friends of Kenilworth Aquatic Gardens website to learn about year-round events and volunteer opportunities at kenaqgardens.org. What makes national parks so special is that they're one of a kind and truly signify a remarkable and meaningful place. As a neighbor of the park, I've known this Kenilworth Aquatic Gardens and this community since I was very young. I'm proud to have been your host for the annual Lotus and Water Lily Festival opening ceremonies and welcome you to the 2021 virtual festival. I hope you come and experience this hidden gem of Ward 7 in Washington, D.C.